In this video, I'm going to show you guys the fastest way you can be able to make $10,000 just by being able to go ahead and actually convert credit into cash flow. So let's go ahead and get into it. You can actually be able to go ahead and leverage credit in order to be able to create cash flow, or you can let credit leverage yourself into debt. I'd rather pick the first rather than later any point in time. And the whole thought process of turning credit into cash flow is literally by being able to go and actually leverage your good credit so you can be able to go and get access to capital, and you can be able to invest in business models that can be able to give you a high return on investment. And that's literally the whole purpose of credit. A lot of times when you're first introduced to credit, think about it. Your mom, your dad, your brother, whoever, right? They must have told you about credit. Most of the times, they put a negative connotation towards credit. They told you that credit cards were bad, to go ahead and actually only use it for emergencies, and you don't necessarily need to have any credit cards until later in the 20s. And at the end of the day, my parents told me the same exact thing. It comes from a fear-based mentality. Think about it. If you're not good with credit, you're most likely not going to like credit cards. And if you're not good with money, you're most likely not going to want to get more and more. It's going to simply remind you all the time you mismanage money. And that's why it's really important to be able to make your own conclusions. So based off of your own research and your own data, because a lot of times when people are talking about credit cards, they might have mentioned that credit cards are terrible, but there's a whole different spectrum of it where people are actually making money off of having good credit. And I promise you, if you watch the end of this video, you're going to learn how to be able to go ahead and leverage your credit so you can be able to get access to your first $20,000 at 0% for 12 months. And you're also going to be able to know how to turn that credit into cash flow. And lastly, you're going to be able to have a sustainable business that generates you at least $10,000 a month. So let's get into this video. And side note, if you find no value to this video, then don't subscribe. As you can see right here from these pictures, it's someone that's cutting up the credit card. They're completely fed up with their credit card. Now, the problem really isn't the credit card. The problem is how you use the credit card. At the end of the day, I get it. You max out your credit cards. You have a high interest rate. And now you're paying more and more money every single month that goes by as you don't pay it off in balance. So you automatically think that cutting up your credit cards is the best thing to do. And whenever you're cutting up your credit cards, all you're doing is putting a band-aid on the real problem. The real problem is your spending patterns and also your spending habits. So if you control your spending habits and exactly how you utilize the credit card. So in this picture I have right here, instead of using your credit cards for liabilities, what we're going to actually do is use our credit cards for assets. So as you can see right here, it's literally the fast way from having a credit card and then being able to generate cash flow from this credit card. Why would you use any of your own money if you can literally use the bank's money to be able to go ahead and generate your income? It just takes a little bit of discipline and strategy, and that's what we're going to go through. Now, the fastest way you can be able to go ahead and generate $10,000 a month. So to be honest, $10,000 a month might seem really hard. The thing is, though, is it's only 6 figures a year, and it's very attainable. Now, the smartest way to be able to get $10,000 is to literally be able to go ahead and actually get a 0% credit card and then be able to have a digital offer or even have a service funnel. So really what I mean by that is to get a 0% offer credit card, preferably a business credit card that gives you 12 to 18 months of free interest. And that way you can be able to go ahead and use it for a digital offer or a service funnel. So that's the fastest way. The first step you want to take is to go ahead and get approved for a $20,000 business credit card of 0% interest. Now, if you want to know exactly the qualifications, the metrics you need to be able to have, you want to be able to qualify for a 20K, make sure to watch some of my older videos. It should be here below on the side note. So definitely check that out. Now, really the ones that you want to go ahead and go after are Chase, Amex, US Bank, and Elon Financial. All of these have introductory rates anywhere from 12 to 18 months. Elon and US Bank actually have 18 months, 0% interest credit cards. So that's actually going to be very, very crucial whenever you're actually scaling your business. So they're basically giving you money for free for 18 months. Now, you do have to pay it back, but if you know how to turn it into cash flow like I'm teaching you, then you won't have a single issue of paying it back. Now, the second step after you go ahead and get approved for this credit card is to go ahead and build you out a bulletproof offer. A bulletproof offer, or other known as an irresistible offer, is an offer that's very, very hard for people to say no to. It's almost like an offer that everybody really wants. However, everybody thinks it's really hard to get. So you're going to be able to help them get the results they're looking for. Worry about transformations, not necessarily results. Now, with that being said, right, as far as building out that bulletproof offer, what you really have to do is create a funnel, have branding, and then the offer be leveraged by outreach or ads. Now, if you're starting off, I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing ads right off the bat. Now, I know a lot of people are so quick to go ahead and jump into ads, but the thing is that you can lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. So I would highly recommend to go and actually start doing cold outreach for the first couple of months, or at least up to 6 months. So that way you know exactly what the market is looking for and also the best messaging that's going to convert. So that's why I would do cold outreach to begin with. And then when you learn more about your market, because then you actually have a more tailored approach. Now, after you go ahead and build out your bulletproof funnel, the third step, right, is to go ahead and sell a high ticket offer. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can actually build out a business and turn credit into cash flow. So you can do Turo, you can do Airbnb. However, all of these lie from high ticket, mid ticket, or low ticket. So high ticket for me is anything above $2,000. So anything above $3,000, I would consider high ticket. Now, if you have anywhere from 2,500 to below, from 2,500 to about $1,000, that's what I would consider a mid ticket. That's going to be credit repair, your coaching, even mentorships. And anything as far as communities, which are $500 or less, anything below $500 or less, I would honestly consider low ticket products. Now, that's very important whenever you're starting off because you only want to focus on one tiered product. And if you're going to put in the work, just go high ticket to begin with. You can have a very, very small audience and still make a killing. So all the effort that you're putting in, you can get a $2,000 to $5,000 sale for every single client that you get. I honestly like high ticket just because I'm really able to help out my clients more because I'm not looking at my bank account. I'm actually worried about them getting results. So let's say for the lower end, you have a product that you end up choosing that's $2,000. So you have a product that you end up choosing for $2,000. All you need is 5 sales every single month in order to be able to go and make $10,000. It's not going to be as easy as possible, but it's definitely doable. So all you need to do is get 5 clients every single month, and then you're actually able to go ahead and make $10,000 every single month. So with that being said, right, so after we went ahead and got approved for the credit card, we went ahead and built out our bulletproof offer, and then we actually started selling our offer. Now we should actually be able to go ahead and now we've actually been able to go ahead and stack and be able to go ahead and pay off our credit card before our promotion ends. So this is usually anywhere from 12 to 18 months. So after we go to pay off our credit cards, we're good to go. Now we can actually ask that same credit card issuer for a credit limit increase. And most of the times, they're either going to double or triple your initial credit card limit because you showed them that you've been able to max it out and pay it off right back. All in all, we'll put this all together. Let's run the play, right? Let's say, for example, you get approved for $4,000 and 0% cards. You go and actually build out your funnel. You run ads if you have some experience, or you do cold outreach if you don't. Then all you need to do is close 5 clients at $2,000 every single month. And then you're actually able to generate $10,000 a monthly income every single month. Afterwards, you go ahead and pay off the card, and then you rinse and repeat. You keep doing the same thing over and over again, and that's how you're able to go ahead and turn credit into cash flow. Now, the beauty of this, right, is that you didn't need any upfront costs. All you need was the funding and also a strategy in order to be able to go ahead and pair it along. Now you actually have a business that's generating you 6 figures every single year, just like that. And then you can even be able to go ahead and stack more and more offers, or you can actually be able to go ahead and double down and scale your business from 10K to 15K to all the way up to 50 or 100K. So if you didn't find this video helpful, make sure not to subscribe because I really want to make sure that I'm only getting subscribers that really find our videos valuable. And as promised, a bonus tip that I'm going to give, and as promised, I've been working really hard in order to be able to get a school community going. So I actually have a free community where I teach you guys everything about credit, funding, and also be able to go ahead and turn it into cash flow in my free community. So link's going to be below. And make sure you go ahead and join my free community, and I'll see you guys in there. And like always, I'll see you at the top, my boy.